Once you assemble this bowl, make sure that the broth really hot, and you're going to scoop the broth in here. This broth is now ready for me to make chao fan rice noodle soup. It's a thick kind, and in my language we call Kouy Tiew sa sai tom. Bring 6 liters of water to boil, 5 pieces of chicken legs, 1.5 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of chicken powder, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. Bring this broth to boil. When you see it boiling, set the time for 5 minutes, and during the 5 minutes, scoop out any foam or scum that's floating on top and just dip it in the water to clean out the strainer. After cook it on high heat for 5 minutes, now we can add some onion. This one is 2 medium onions. You can also put 1 large one and some carrot. Now I'm going to lower the heat to medium heat and cook it for 30 minutes. And while I'm waiting for the broth to be ready, I'm going to take that time to prep the rice noodle. And this rice noodle is the type that I use to make beef chao fan or beef pad siêu that I made in the other video that I show you guys. For this type of noodle, when I split them, it had 2 single strands stuck together. You can split them into single individual strand, but it's going to be so fragile and it will take you a long time to separate them. For larger mushroom, you can cut them into 4 pieces. A lot of time the mushroom, they tend to shrink when you cook them in the heat longer. That is why usually I cut them in half. You can prep your topping. I use cilantro and green onion. You also can put mint if you like. After cook it on medium heat for half an hour, there will be some more scums, so you can scoop some more out. So this way your broth is clear. After, I'm going to take out all the chicken and I'm going to shred them. But let it cool down first because right now it's really hot. After you take out all the chicken legs to let it cool down, now we can turn on to high heat. We can add all the mushrooms. We can cook this for about 5 minutes or so, and after that we can start to make a bowl of rice noodle soup. After about 10 to 15 minutes, we can shred the chicken. It should cool down. To make a bowl of chao fan rice noodle soup, so easy. When you separate the noodles, all you have to do is, you don't have to soften the noodle because the broth is going to be really hot. It's going to soften the noodle automatically. So first I'm going to put the fresh noodle, is the chao fan noodle, fixed rice noodle. You can find these type of noodle in Asian grocery store or Chinese grocery store. And the brand that I use is Delta Food. It's made in Canada. I'm gonna add the bean sprouts on the side and the meat and also the cilantro. You can put it all in, and all you have to do is pour the hot broth on top. This type of rice noodle, it's so easy to assemble. Just put the rice noodle, the thick kind or the chao fan noodle, put it in here, and after that you can top it with green onion and cilantro or a little bit mint if you like. And fried garlic is a must-have. Will make the broth taste so much better, I guarantee you. And I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic oil to make this broth taste even better. Once you assemble this bowl, make sure that the broth really hot, and you're going to scoop the broth in here. And the hot broth will soften the noodle. That is it. Look at this. Okay, let me show you. Look at this. This looks so good. And here I have some of my chili oil. Now we can eat this chao fan rice noodle soup. Let me taste the broth. Tastes really yummy. My daughter wants some more. Let me eat this first. I only bought one package. I already used it to make Cambodian beef chao fan, and now I have one package left. I decided to use the chao fan noodle to make the noodle soup out of it.